proceedings in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial will continue as expected on the 2nd of August. This despite the withdrawal of Advocate Malesela Teffo. He was representing accused number 1 till 4, but says he was being harassed and couldn't continue with the case. The instructing attorney in the case has assured the nation that Teffo's withdrawal will not impact the case. Let's speak to reporter Slindolo Masigani, who's been following the story for us, and just to tell us mostly, just to start us off. So this means that TT, Advocate TT, the instructing attorney, is not leaving the case, at least. So we know that.
So we got confirmation. Finally, we were able to pin him down really for an interview. It's been quite difficult to get him to just sit down and give us a sense as to where are we going in terms of representation in this matter. You would remember back on the 12th of July, if I'm not mistaken, we were back in court expecting to hear various applications that were going to be brought by Advocate Malesela Teffo around jurisdiction and the NPA's, authority over the case. Just a whole lot that we heard on that particular day. We even heard from accused number 3 in terms of his conditions in prison. But right at the end of the day, Advocate Malesela Teffo decided to just drop this bomb. Let's just take a listen to what he had to say in court.
As the counsel of accused number 1 to 4, I hereby inform the Honorable Court that I'm withdrawing as the counsel of accused 1 to 4. I will no longer be able to proceed in this court based on the harassment that I'm receiving from the state and from the court. The accused have been consulted, and it has been agreed upon that based on what is happening to me, because I took it upon myself that I will represent them after I was approached, myself and my attorney, by their families, as well as the Meyiwa family. At the time when I was approached, together with my attorney to represent accused 1 to 4, I was a watching brief on the Meyiwa family insofar as case number 2 is concerned. 375 of January 2019. I will therefore retort back to my role as a watching brief of the Meyiwa family as appointed by Sifiso Meyiwa, the brother of the late Senzo Meyiwa.
All right, so now given the fact that we have these developments that we saw, etc., what do we know about who exactly will represent number 1 till 4?
So when Malesela Teffo then withdrew, of course, there were concerns sparked around the fact that is this going to lead to another delay in the trial, especially in terms of the fact that if accused 1 to 4 have decided they're going to go with new counsel, then that particular new counsel is going to have to be briefed in terms of the 2 dockets that are at play, in terms of proceedings so far, get transcripts in terms of what has transpired, the kind of testimony we've heard. And so when we sat down with TT Tobane today, he then confirmed that, listen, despite the fact that Malesela Teffo has withdrawn as the advocate leading arguments, he is now going to personally take over the case and be the one to continue to represent accused 1 to 4, saying that as an attorney of the High Court, he's more than qualified, basically, to take over and to continue with the representation, meaning that come the 2nd of August, where we are resuming to confirm that legal representation, we are expecting then TT Tobane to stand up in court and say that he will be continuing, meaning that the delays in the trial can be subsided essentially, because come September we can then resume with the official trial and the cross-examination of the state's first witness. Let's take a listen.
My instructions are that I must proceed to run the matter. I'll be in court. Actually, tomorrow I'll write the email to the court to inform the court they must find out from Advocate Mshololo how far is she with the reading of the docket, and whether can we proceed on the 2nd of August, because really this is a waste of time. What I will say is that I'm satisfied with his presentations and defending the rights of the accused for them to get a fair trial. The only concern I have is that he got carried away by emotions and used the unbecoming language.
And I think we all remember the unbecoming language he's talking about, but let's leave it there. Thanks, Slima Sigani, following that story for us in terms of the Senzo Meyiwa trial. We expect